Robert Kiyosaki. That is an author that is not new to you. He's not new to me. He's a best-selling author international. So we've already reviewed one of his books called Rich Dad Poor Dad. But I would like to share with you the book called Why A Students Work for C Students and B Students Work for the Government. Yeah, you guys know about this, and it's a common phenomenon in the world that smart people work for your C-level people, or you're not so academic people. So Robert Kiyosaki is trying to guide financial guidance for parents and teach them how to give their children a financial head start without giving them money. And in this book, he refers to the likes of Albert Einstein, who dropped out of school but still managed to become a business mogul. He refers to Steve Jobs and some of the famous business people in the world. He says he quotes Dr. Lutz, who says, forget MBAs, an accolade that I have myself. He quotes him and says, so how to equip a generation of Americans for success in entrepreneurship? Forget about a master's in business administration. Most business schools teach you how to be successful in a big corporation rather than start your own company. But starting something from scratch and nurturing it as it grows is where our country has been at its strongest and most innovative. Close quote, right? In this book, what Americans really want, what they really want, Dr. Lynch states, in today's world, capitalists frighten people, and capitalism is shorthand for CEOs taking tens of millions of dollars, and on the same day, their pens wipe out 10,000 jobs. And if you look at it, you get to recall and understand why schools are more focused on greed and not generosity. Schools are more about how much money can I make versus how much money can I make saving others. Schools are about finding a high-paying job rather than creating high-paying jobs. It starts to make sense that schools are more about job security rather than financial freedom, which is why most employees live in fear of losing their jobs. You get to understand why millions of people take jobs in government or military service, not to serve their country, but for retirement or pension fund. This is the new depression we are dealing with, more likely. So, the book, how it's titled, Why A Students Work for C Students, the A students being academics, the B students being bureaucrats, the C students being capitalists. And Some of the lessons in this book, it's on Yona Tabaya educational crisis that we are facing. The education system is definitely killing the mindsets of our children. It's we are sharing lessons, how to prepare, how parents can prepare their children to be more innovative in this economic system, how they can make money for themselves, how they can be more entrepreneurial outside the classroom. Um, okay, so this book is how many pages long? 250 pages long. And they still discuss the 4 quadrants that we spoke about in length. Go Rich Dad Poor Dad book. And I just want to summarize my best lesson from this book. Yadi texts to teach your child to look at text from 2 different views. Because text can make some people poor, and they can also make others rich. Make them understand that concept and help them exploit the text system to their advantage. Let me just wrap it up here by saying, Honore, the difference between education and advice may seem like a small point, but little differences can have a significant impact over a person's lifetime. If all you've been taught to do is hand your money over to salespeople, you are a customer, not a financially educated person. There was a scheme, made of Ponzi, and it revealed that many people took huge financial hits more living, and it was much worse than losing money. They gained very little in the way of financial education. Let's say about the scheme, I don't want to mention the names because they are still in existence, but there are a lot of schemes that we are under and we are being exploited from. And it actually proves this point, we are not financially educated. So definitely, if you want to make the most of the money you make from, it can be any source of income, you need to read this book. Understand on which value chain you are at. Are you an A student? Are you a B student? Are you a C student? Are you an academic? Are you a bureaucrat? Or are you a capitalist? Know where you stand and understand the mechanisms you can use to increase and maximize your income. Definitely a must read. Robert Kiyosaki never disappoints when it comes to increasing your knowledge in wealth education. Thank you, and till next time.